Hey y'all, listen, happy Sunday. I'm just here. We doing an express train ride, people. Express train ride, okay? Where's the love? Where's the love? Listen, y'all know the routine. Hit the like button, okay? I'm glad to see y'all. I thought, hey, I'm gonna do this express train and be driving the train with nobody on it, all by myself. So I'm happy to see y'all out there. But don't forget, hit the like button. And I really hope that y'all had an amazing weekend and that your weekend is still going well. Now I know a lot of y'all football fans out there. I don't know nothing about no football. No, I do not. But if y'all watching your game, enjoy your game. We're having an express train ride here tonight. And now let me tell you something. Where's the love? Where's the love? Mia and Gordon are separated from the Real Housewives of Potomac. Yes, they are. And Gordon said, what more could I have given Mia? I gave her a hall pass because I'm older. I'm 71. And I said, maybe I can't please you anymore sexually. So he told her, go out there and do your thing. Do your thing. Just don't let your mess knock on our front door because we got kids here. With the kids, we want to just make sure like everything is okay. All is well. Don't be bringing that nonsense to the front door. Well, he gave her a hall pass and she took the hall pass too far. She said, deuces to Gordon, and now she's out. She no longer wants him. And he said once he no longer had access to the cash, Mia was out. We're going to talk about it. Where's the love? And then our second story and our final story for this express train ride, it's a suitcase ending. This woman, she put her mate in a suitcase, talking about hide and seek. Now, why he got in there is a whole nother story in and of itself. She put him in the suitcase. She zipped it up and left him in there. Went upstairs and went to sleep. Came down the next morning. He was done. He was gone. Okay. Oh, hey, Pamela, I've been here. Good seeing you too. Glad you're back. Yeah. He was done. Now she on trial for the unaliving of him. And want to claim, a spousal abuse, and I didn't know what the stop. I cannot with these people. If you could put him in a suitcase and zip the suitcase up, then you run out the house and you leave and you call the cops, say, go get him because I zipped him up so I can go. Not go upstairs and sleep. Anyway, guys, we're going to get into these stories, and I got some people on the platform waiting to get in. We do got some room tonight. So if you ever thought I wanted to come up there and chat with these people, tonight's your time, okay? Hit the link, and we'll see you on the platform. But in the meantime, you know what y'all got to do, right? Hit that like button. And I need a what? Gwendolyn, I appreciate you. I need a what? I need a choo-choo. All aboard, everybody. We're about to board this train for Sunday night trending topics. And it's an express train, people. Express, okay? We're on a time schedule here. The train has to pull into the last stop on time. Now, I'm going to board this platform here because we got the people waiting. Hey, in my opinion.
Hey, Diva.
Hey, Aces.
Hey, Diva, what's going on? Hey, my opinion.
Hey, everybody. Julie.
Hey, Aces.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, Aces.
Austin.
Hey, Julius.
More better. Savannah.
Hola.
Okay.
Hey, Diva. Hey, panel.
Hey, everybody. Listen, y'all, we're going to get right into this, okay? Because we got stuff to talk about. Now, I don't know how y'all feel, and I get how y'all feel when we come around to that situation. But I have to tell you this. I feel bad for Gordon, and y'all can let me know how y'all feel once we get into this story. So let me go ahead and share screen. And everybody just mute until I get this story out. All right. So Real Housewives of Potomac star Mia Thornton estranged husband, Gordon rips her, okay, marry me for money. Now, Gordon, I mean, you didn't know this ahead of time that, she married you for money, but okay, we'll roll with this, right? So Mia Thornton's soon-to-be ex-husband Gordon is blasting the Real Housewives for ditching him now that he's in financial trouble. A sure sign, he says, she was gold digging when she said I do. Gordon tells TMZ Mia tied the knot with him because she saw the future his resources could provide for her. But now that his funds are inaccessible, she's leaving him in search of an upgrade. Oh, good goodness now. Upgrade, people. Let's hear Gordon words. He broke my heart. He did. He tapped into, my heartstrings with this one. Let's play it.
I know there's going to come a time when I probably won't be able to satisfy all your needs. I want you to know that I am okay with you finding what you need elsewhere. I only have two rules. One is, don't give me a reason to look for it. Secondly, keep the kids out of it. As long as you'll do that, I'm fine. Now, what really aggravates me through all of this is that I've given her permission, but yet she still chooses to sneak around, chooses to lie, chooses to continually change her story about what's going on and why she's leaving me and this, that, and the other, and actually not even telling me why. But she's told me that this guy's her soulmate. I said, well, babe, you can have the best of both worlds. I've said you can see someone, just don't make it public. Be careful and don't involve the kids. Well, she still was still sneaking around and thinking I didn't know. I mean, I see the phone records. I pay the phone bills. My name's on the account. I see. And I see the calls at 2:00 in the morning and the times when I'm away from home and all those kinds of things. So I knew what was going on. But, she made the choice, I guess, to choose him over me. I do agree that Mia married me for my money and the future that she thought I could provide. Yeah, I absolutely believe her leaving me now is tied to the fact that I don't have access to assets and my funds are limited at this point in time, that she now has access to funds. And this guy that she's seeing, she believes has access to funds. And I think she's leaving me for that reason. She's mentioned that they're going to be buying a house together and doing businesses together and other kinds of things together, which tells me that the interest is based on monetary gain from the relationship. So I absolutely believe that she's leaving me because she sees an upgrade. My desire is to never, ever, ever be associated with her again beyond our co-parenting situation. If we end up getting back together, it would only truly be for some advantage it would give the kids. It wouldn't be for love on my part. Because right now, I can't trust her. I don't believe what she says. I don't believe that she loves me.
Whew, Gordon's a little hurt, okay? And get this, Gordon tells us he gave the Real Housewives of Potomac star a hall pass for sex because he knew he wouldn't be able to satisfy her sexually due to his age. He's 71. And he recently had prostate cancer surgery. Gordon says he thought the hall pass came with an understanding she would be open and honest with him about seeing someone else. But he claims she's been sneaking around. What's more, Gordon says she's lying about why she's leaving him and is constantly changing her story. So he's aggravated and wishes she would just be honest. Now, TMZ broke the story that Gordon was blindsided when Mia filed for a legal separation, and he was peeved when she made it seem like their relationship was perfect on social media, when behind the scenes, she was gearing up to serve him court docs. Gordon tells us Mia's behavior is now starting to affect their children, which is why he's speaking out against her. He said he never wants to be associated with Mia again, save for the children co-parenting situation, in part because he can't trust her, doesn't believe what she says, and doesn't believe she loves him. So, Gordon, he's heartbroken, okay? I don't know about giving nobody no pass, but that's what Gordon did. In my opinion, what are your thoughts?
Ooh, Diva. Let me tell you something. I don't have sympathy for neither one of them. And here's the reason why. He left his wife thinking he was getting an upgrade with Mia.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. And
Uh-huh.
then when you down and out and you got prostate, cancer, your upgrade is now leaving you for another upgrade.
Mm.
And I think the reason why his family took that business away, because it's a family business, I
Mhm.
think the reason why they did this is because they knew Mia was doing some slick stuff. Like it was money that was coming up missing that Gordon didn't do. But I believe Mia had a hand in that. I think she was trying to set up a nest egg. But let me tell you something. As soon as she out the picture, I think Gordon gonna be fine. You know what? But I don't feel sorry for you because you should have never left your first wife thinking she was gonna be an upgrade. You got what you got.
You got what you got. Okay. I hear that. Okay. Aces, what are your thoughts?
I wish YouTube would let us play music because y'all know what I was listening to earlier today. Hey, Maze, what goes up? Hey, must come down. The things you do comes back around. Hey, I know that I found what goes up and what goes up. Hey, must come down. Okay, so
You better sing, okay?
okay, that was a little mini concert for the
All
folks
right.
on the express train. But
Yes.
listen, I agree, right? With my opinion, and he and the camera on TMZ, Heartbroken. She told him and the whole world that she married this man for money. Now, when the money and the coins dry up, what did you think was going to happen, sir? Like you, again, like in my opinion, said you tried to upgrade. You wanted a little PLT, a little pretty young thing, and you left your wife who loved you and cared for you, and then you quote unquote gave her permission. What kind of framework is that? You don't pull the public strings in a marriage. It's supposed to be 50-50. Talking about I gave her permission. Did you? Well, if you invited a third party into your relationship, you know what I mean, then why would you be surprised when she decides to leave you?
Yeah.
You were forsaking your vows as soon as you said that. So if you don't respect your vows, why should she? What goes up? It's like, okay, I'm done.
Oh God. Mo Battle, what are your thoughts?
He knew, in my opinion, he knew. And she saw a sucker and she licked it. And then when it got to the Tootsie Pop, she was like, oh no, I want somebody else. And now it's that. That's all I have to say.
I hear you. I hear you. Julius, your thoughts?
Oh Lord. I'm echoing what in my opinion said. I don't feel sorry for him.
Mm-hmm.
He broke the initial covenant of his first marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And like the saying goes, karma happens when we least expect it. So because my thing is this young lady let everybody know who she was, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in actuality, I can't blame her. You let people know who you were and what your position is. So, this dude is just mad because his ego is bruised. You're more mad about the side piece than your initial first wife. Like, make it make sense. So, like I said, karma happens when we least expect it, and now he's receiving his karma.
Listen. So increase matters. I didn't know Gordon had prostate cancer. Not a laughing matter, you all. We're not laughing at his cancer. And actually, we're not laughing. We're just telling him, you reap what you sow. You got with Mia. Mia said it on the Real Housewives of Potomac that her and Gordon was on the beach having sex. He still had a wife, and she didn't give two cracks about him having a wife. And so he didn't either. So now guess what, Gordon? Yeah, she married you for money. You fell for it. You left your first wife. And now you sit here and look what you got.
I sent you a message on Instagram.
Say that again?
I sent you a message on Instagram about the channel I was telling you about.
Okay, no problem. So, yeah, so you got what you got. You got what you got, sir. Right? So, okay. Thank you so much, Sunshine. No, we're not at all. We not even really addressing.
Oh no, I feel sorry for him about the prostate cancer, and I understand how he would feel. Like I need to give her a pass because I had it. He shouldn't have never. That conversation shouldn't have came up in the first place. If you love somebody, it's in sickness and in health, forsaking all others to death do us part. So he shouldn't have had to give her a hall pass for that. I do feel sorry that he had to go through this all while having prostate cancer. That part I am. But I'm saying all this happening is karma because he did this to his wife, who was there for him, loving him, caring for him. And I bet you, had he been with his wife, she never would have left him, even with him having prostate cancer.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. That's fine. I just want everybody to know we're not laughing at cancer, and we're actually not laughing at all, but we are saying he get what he get. Okay. Savannah, you're up.
So I find it hard to believe that Gordon, it took him all this time to catch up with what we all already knew. Mia was simply there for his money. Because what could he possibly offer her but a better life to get out? And this is absolutely his karma coming back to bite him in the tail. So I don't want to hear the woe is me. I would love to run into his first wife and buy her a drink and let her know kudos to you. You
dodged a
got
bullet.
rid of that. So he's getting his karma. I was surprised. I didn't know she already had um, um, another man, and so I wonder if this is going to be part of the storyline for this season.
In that too.
But yeah, no surprise on Mia, nasty Mia, as always.
Right. So, and I'm shocked too. I think he kind of let that cat out the bag because she was trying to play it off as if something else was really, kind of going on, and they was just having the typical like we're breaking up now. I don't think she wanted to let out because she was trying to play games with the whole situation. So I don't think she wanted to let out about this other man like lurking in the background. He let that out because I guess he had enough was enough for him. Wayne, what are your thoughts?
First of all, I use karma sometimes loosely, but I don't believe in karma no more than I believe in the man in the moon. Okay, this is just pure foolishness. Okay, maybe reap what you sow. You did that. You did dirt to somebody, come back on you. If it was karma, we all be in trouble. This is just foolishness. I mean, he knew when you have an age gap like that, you gotta know somewhere down the line that something may not be working. Okay. And like Opinion said, for better, for worse, rich or poor, if he had prostate cancer, that's not, he's the damn fool for talking about, I'm going to give you a pass. You don't give no pass. When you married, you had a legal certificate saying for better, for worse, rich or poor. Okay. Right. You got the worst end of it right now. Okay. But if she's going to honor her marriage vows, so forth and so on. But if she continues this, either one of them, going from one to another, it could happen all over again. I don't think it's karma. It's just common sense. It's common sense. So I don't have no sympathy for either one of them. Okay, I'm not talking about his illness or whatever, but other than that, you got what you signed up for. It wasn't like you went into it blindly. Okay, you told her she could cheat, so she didn't go into it blindly. She just didn't cheat the way you wanted her to cheat.
Well, okay.
Right, so whose fault is that?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, is there a guidebook on how to cheat, when to cheat, the reasons for cheating,
Exactly, that part.
Right.
Yeah.
So he didn't get that. He didn't get anything that he was unexpecting.
Right. He didn't like the way it went down.
He just didn't like the way it came.
Yeah. I'm connected.
Suck it up, buddy.
Oh my. Now, Dustin, your thoughts?
I don't feel bad for he's getting what he asked for, in my opinion. And more power to her. Because if she's not happy with him, then nobody's gonna be happy. So why should you stay with somebody that you're not happy with?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, come on. The thing is, though, there are men that are well in their 70s and 80s and their body parts still function and work. I mean, what's those two actors just
De Niro just had a baby at
Well, look
70
at Karen.
something.
Look at Karen with her husband.
yeah.
Mhm.
So it's just, I think what happened with Gordon too is the fact that he went through the prostate cancer and everything. And I do believe that's why they say for better or for worse, because it's a well-known fact that at the end of the day,
it's for
wait,
better.
hold on one second, Dustin. It's a well-known fact that at the end of the day, something is going to happen because life happens, right? For better, for worse, for rich or poor. So you never know who's going to get sick, who's not going to get sick, when you may be rolling in the money and then the next time you don't have any money. And that's why they put those,
You
words.
better preach on that, Diva.
Right. Come on,
I
right?
say you better preach on that because let me tell you, every marriage comes with a set of obstacles, and those obstacles is there to try to test how strong your bond is, and you got to be strong enough to go through it.
Yeah.
And I think this is more about finances than his lack of being able to perform in the bedroom. I think this was her the family taking away access to the money, all their financial issues that they had last year, because they both haven't been honoring their marriage from the beginning. They both alluded to stating that they've had
Threesome.
other people,
Yep.
yeah, in the bedroom, having sex in public places, on the beach. They've both been disrespecting their marriage, and now he just says, "Well, I gave her a hall pass." No, you. She's been had a hall pass with and without you. Even now I'm looking back at the best friend. What was her name, Jackie, and her role in it. They might have
Yep.
had something going on. So I think this is more about the finances, her lack of trying to keep up the facade on the show than the lack of performance in the bedroom.
You know what? I'm connecting with, give me a minute, Dustin. I'm coming to you. I'm connecting with you on that 100%. It was like once the money fell through, that was it. And he also said, pretty much alluded to the fact that now she has access to her own money. Perhaps her check from the Real Housewives of Potomac, that gave her her superpower, so to speak. I really don't need you now because I got my own check that I'm getting and I'm making my own money. So, why should I take care of you, even though the whole time he also took care of her? But you know what? A lot of this, like you said, they dishonored the vows from the beginning. And he was having fun with it. He liked it. It was good when it was good, Gordon. But now here you are. Dustin, what did you want to say?
I was wanting to finish what I was saying earlier. It's very sad to see it go down this hill. That it's going down with the divorce or whatever they're going to decide, indeed. But look, there's a lot of people that get a divorce because uh the our divorce numbers are higher than what they used to be, and I believe in people if it's yes you do sickness and health, but if you're not happy, why would you be stuck in there? I know I wouldn't want to be stuck in there because
Yeah,
that would just make me more miserable than what I already would be if I was with somebody.
in that situation, absolutely. So I don't know if they had a prenup, but at this point, because he don't have no money, does it really even matter? I mean,
She
she
said
can't.
she didn't sign a prenup.
Oh, she didn't. But what is she gonna get? 50 of zero?
And I called them people for people that well, was married for the money because I think that she was because this is bringing gold digger vibes up for me. I call people that want to be married for the money are gold diggers. So if that's what she wanted to be married for, she's getting what she wanted, and it's very sad, and the whole situation is very sad.
It is. So, guys, I'm about to move on to the next story unless somebody else has something to say about this. I will say this, though. She better be careful with this new man because a lot of these men now, they see these people on reality TV and they just want to tap into that gold mine. Because, once you seen on the TV, if you got a product you selling, you do that thing right, and that product will get more traction. So she better hope that she's not getting played this time around. Because
Well,
Gordon,
Here's the thing. Mia don't know how to handle business anyway. That was the reason why the brother took them back off the company books because they was mishandling money. As soon as Mia had the role of CEO, so I believe the brother will give him the business back once she's out of the picture.
mhm.
But if she can't do nothing with the money that she got, then she can't do nothing with him.
You kind of broke up there, in my opinion. But I hear what you were saying, and I do agree. I will say this: we found out too that having a female as the front of your business gives you a lot of benefits. So I wonder too if they felt like let's put Mia's name on here as CEO. One, because we're going to get a lot more, benefits if a female is the face of the business, and two, she was going to be on the Real Housewives of Potomac, and that would be even a greater way for us to promote our business more. So yeah, I think so. Yeah, she needs to watch. Yeah, she needs to watch how she moves forward. And I do say, whether you want to call it karma, reaping what you sow, all the same thing. Yeah, she's gonna reap what she sowed one day too. Yes, Diva, Mike Hill wanted to tap into Cynthia's fame. I believe that wholeheartedly, 100%. And then once Cynthia got kicked off the show, he ain't had no use for her. That marriage lasted
And
two.
Mia about to be kicked off this show. So
Say that again. Go ahead. In my opinion, say that again.
I said Mia finna be kicked off this show because she ain't had the best 2 seasons these last 2 seasons. So she about to be kicked off too.
Yeah. I don't know, but you know what? They're all fortunate because they brought everybody back and then added a new girl. I mean, do we need 10 people on the Real Housewives of Potomac? But we'll see how it goes. I mean, anywho, right? All right, so let's slide into this next story, which is absolutely insanely crazy to me. Let me just make sure I got the right screen here. Okay, boom, there we go. So, the trial landmines. Sarah Boone needs to show she was helpless before leaving boyfriend to die in a suitcase to walk free, experts say. So, I'm going to get into this story, but let me say this. Do I know and understand that DV, and y'all know what DV stands for, happens? Absolutely, right? But in 2023, I find it hard to believe that you're in these situations and you can't find no way out. I don't know. I just struggle with that. And I also struggle with every time now when you unalive your partner and you're a female, and then you want to claim, well, you were so afraid in the DV. I don't know. I have a problem with it, but we'll talk about it. So, a Florida woman is on trial for allegedly leaving her boyfriend in a suitcase to die, and will have to show that she had been helpless in an abusive relationship to get off the hook, a defense lawyer has stated. So Sarah Boone was charged with second degree, unaliving of her boyfriend. He was 42 after she allegedly zipped him inside a suitcase during a drunken game of hide and seek and did not return to let him out for hours. Hours, okay? So that's her. All right, that's him. And that's the suitcase because she actually did a video. You know what? Here's the thing, these criminals are getting dumber and dumber and dumber because they are recording their own evidence that is going to be used against them. Like, she actually made a video on her phone. So Torres pleaded for help, saying he could not breathe while Boone taunted him in a video that investigators allegedly found on her phone. So Torres pleaded for help, saying he could not breathe. A video that investigators allegedly found on Boone's phone. Boone was heard laughing in the video, saying things like, "That's what you do when you choke me." Okay. She eventually went upstairs and fell asleep, leaving Torres in the suitcase. The following morning, Boone found him unresponsive inside the luggage. Boone's trial for the February 2020 unaliving started on Monday, and an expert has already weighed in on how he sees the trial going. Mark, a Florida defense lawyer from New Jane Law, who has no affiliation with Boone's case, exclusively told the U.S. Sun that Boone's lawyer could argue the battered spouse syndrome defense if they wanted to try for a complete acquittal. Battered spouse syndrome has been used by victims of DV who believed their only way of escaping life-threatening abuse was to unalive the significant other. However, the lawyer explained that for Boone to win with this defense, she would have to be able to show that she was a victim of this ongoing cycle of violence. If the defense chooses to convince the jury that Boone is a victim of the battered spouse syndrome, they will not only have to show an ongoing cycle of abuse, but also that she felt helpless and that unaliving the other person was the only way out. And that's what he said, right? And that poses some difficulty in this case. Why? Because with a guy locked up in a suitcase, you could have surely gotten away, the lawyer explained. Another challenge that the defense will have to overcome is the video evidence of Boone taunting Torres while he was locked in the suitcase. There's no question that hurts the lawyer admitted. However, he said, if I were the defense lawyer, I would simply say she felt there was no way out. She wanted him to feel her pain, and that's because there's been this cycle of ongoing violence where she thought she had no other way out. Her words might not have been the best words to use that were videotaped, but it's all the more goes to show how she had been so abused so long that now she was going to get her kind of, revenge. He added that no matter what defense Boone lawyer argues, there's landmines ahead. Landmines is an understatement. We're going to go around and talk about this. Aces, what do you think about her putting her lover in the suitcase and wants to claim, well, she's been being abused by him for a long time?
She wanted the upper hand, literally, right? Mm-hmm. Like you said, this wasn't about her fearing for her life. This was about power.
Yes.
And about vengeance. Because if that man was, locked up in a suitcase, like the lawyer stated in the article, that would have been the perfect opportunity for her to pack her bags, her suitcase, right, and get to safety and leave him there. So no, and she was taunting him, like you said, and made a video. So we're just videotaping evidence now. Forget the Fifth Amendment. Trying to protect us from self-incrimination, right? Mm-hmm. Like, we're not supposed to say anything this criminal. No, people are really pushing record, uploading it on the World Wide Web.
It's like, I cannot right now.
And then turn around and say, I was helpless. No. This was about her, like you said, trying to get her comeuppance, her vengeance, power, retaliation, all of those things come into mind. Because again, if she was really truly scared for her life, which I'm not doubting that, she may have battered woman syndrome. She may be, having mental health issues in regards to, her being in a horrible situation, and my heart goes out to her. However, right? Mm-hmm. If you are fear for your safety, it reminds me of a lot of policemen who make up that same lie. I was in fear for my life, and then they become the aggressor. It doesn't work like that. Okay. As human beings, we have a fight or flight. Okay. Mm-hmm. Typically, if you're in a situation where you're fearing for your life, the brain kicks in fight or flight. Okay. If you can't overpower this man, if you've had this history of abuse, flight would have been your best interest. If he's in a situation where you're finally feeling safe, don't taunt him. Don't try to get the upper hand. Don't be making videos.
The dumbest thing ever.
I'm sorry. I know somebody gonna come up here talking about why is Ace laughing, because she took a video.
She's a dummy. She's a dummy. And let me tell you this. This is BJ. You are correct. She also, this is an old case, but it's just now coming to trial. Right. But she also taped him, and he was asking, please let me out. He told her, I cannot breathe.
Wow, exactly. And see, what with her trying to, in that, one split second judgment, I feel like that is what's going to be her downfall. Yeah. Because instead of, leaving the house, going to the police, filing a restraining order and doing the proper protocols, she was trying to, feel empowered and taunt him back, right? She wanted her lick back. But that lick back is not going to be worth years of your life in prison, ma'am. Like, you have to be smarter than that. So those are my thoughts.
No, you are absolutely right, Southern Belle. Yes, you are added more information to the story. You are correct. After he passed, she called the ex-husband. Her ex-husband called the police on her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was a mess. She's not going to get away. She's not going to get away with this. But I don't understand too. Why did he get in the suitcase?
They said it was a drunken game of hide and seek.
So I know, but still, I mean, you that drunk
he
that
may
you
have
get in the
been.
suitcase and then let somebody zip it up.
I know, right? Maybe she put something. Maybe she spiked it with something else, some kind of, sleeping medication, or who knows?
I don't know. Raheem, he said, I'm not trying to be mean when I say this, but there is a group of ethnic people who just wouldn't do something that silly as we're just trying to tell you, Raheem. I don't disagree with you. I don't listen. See, I'm not a drinker, right? I don't drink at all. So I can't even imagine how somebody could be that drunk that you agreed, yeah, we're gonna play hide and seek. Oh yeah, okay, hop in the suitcase, and I hop in, and then I let you zip it.
Right.
I that's just crazy to me. Putting their crimes on social media, those cycles are so dumb. They dumb. They dumb. Like, here's the evidence, cops. To seal my deal. To seal the case.
Seal it like the suitcase. Seal it like the suitcase.
Sheila, thank you, boo. Hit the like button, people. Hit the like button. Julius, what are your thoughts?
Listen, as soon as he was in that suitcase, I would have did my anime bulla. I would have went and got my clothes. And I would have sped off in my car like my life depended on it. Listen, and it's like Queen Latifah's character in Beauty Shop said, "World's dumbest criminal starring you and Inspector Crawford." And see, like, listen, and I just have to say, I am blessed that my sister, she survived her DV and she's not behind bars, but she came close. But I'm just thankful she's not. But she wasn't as dumb, and neither was her ex, as these two dumb criminals. Because, like I said, I would have did the anime bulla with my clothes, all my personables, and hit the road.
Yeah, you know what though? Here's the thing too. If this was really happening to her, once he got in that suitcase, I wouldn't listen. I could start from scratch. I don't need nothing in that house. Because I don't need a clothes, a shoe, or whatever.
Well, except medication. If she was on medication, you better
listen. You could go back to the pharmacy, even though I know they don't like to give you meds you already had. Listen, I'm out. And what I'm going to do is, as soon as I get out, I'm calling the cops in the car and saying, listen, I had to leave. My only way out. He got in that suitcase. I zipped it up. Go save him. I left the door open. Get to him now. Okay. Or I'll knock on somebody's door. Go unzip him because I'm out. Okay. Let me get down the road first and then you go unzip him. Let me tell you what jailing me is not, no. I don't want them clinking me up. I don't want to spend a second in nobody's jail. Okay. So my thing is, if this is happening, there's so many numbers you could dial now. You could put on social media. I need help. I'm sorry. I don't understand this. I could not get away. Unless that person has locked you up in the house and you never go to work, you never leave that house. I don't understand this. I couldn't get away. And my only way out was to unalive this person. I will not be able to comprehend that in this day and age, especially with so much technology. I don't get it. In my opinion, your thoughts?
Well, let me tell you something. First of all, I do not believe her story. And here's the thing. If you have battered wife syndrome, everybody that has been through that, it's a psychological disorder. Okay? They would not be sitting here taunting somebody. You wouldn't have the nerve to pick up a camera and record yourself. You wouldn't call your ex-husband and tell him about your crime. Like, people that are battered, they actually sit there and they still shaking because they still think somehow that person is going to get out of whatever confinement they're in and going to still get them. They're not thinking logically. Their psychological is discombobulated. And that's the reason why that case came about, because there were women that had been battered so bad that they, even after they had to, took somebody's life, they were still sitting there in fear because they just knew somehow they was going to come back and get them. So for this lady to sit in our face and try to play with us like this, no, you meant every word. You did everything you wanted to do. I don't believe you were battered at all. They both was juiced up and they was high.
Mm-hmm.
And in that moment, she didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
Now, regardless to whether she knew he was going to, be unalived at that point or not, that's neither here nor there. But we're not going to sit here and give her a battered wife syndrome defense just because now he's unalived.
Mm-hmm.
You did the crime, you served the time.
I'm agree. That boom, that's it, and that's all. Savannah, your thoughts?
This woman showed absolutely no emotion, no remorse, no tears, no nothing. When the cops released their body cam footage, there's absolutely no connection with this woman and what she just did. And when they interrogated her as well. So I do not believe her story. She's being extremely difficult with her defense team, with her legal team. I believe I heard this recently that they recused themselves from the case. So now she will have another lawyer. So she keeps extending the case. She'll probably um, put out that she has mental health issues, which I am inclined to believe that she absolutely does. So she's disconnected from reality, no emotion. I do not. If there was maybe possibly some physical abuse between them both, because it does say that he, when they did find him, he did have some bruising and scratches on his back, bruising on his face and body. So something happened that night that she's not telling us, or we don't have the full story. But it just makes a mockery of women who are in the situations of physical A. So yeah, it's BS. She deserves what she's gonna get.
Yeah, she's messy for sure. And yes, they do want off the case because they probably sick of her too. But you can't just, you know what I mean? You got to get permission to drop her and all that other kind of stuff because she's messy. And I do, like you said, I do believe there's some mental illness going on there too. Dustin, your thoughts?
My thought to this, Dave, I feel bad for her, but I don't believe her story. I'm gonna have to have proof I'm gonna have to see more evidence and more proof into this story. I do not believe a word of it, and I hope she gets put in. I hope she when they have her trial, or they're having a trial now. I hope she gets I hope she gets in prison then, because I don't believe it, and I'm gonna have to see more proof in order to believe it.
Yeah, thank you, Dustin. Juice, I'm coming to you. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna show a little bit of this. Let's see how much I can get away with here. Let me just get to the right screen. Okay, let me share.
The problem is I fell asleep. When did you do CPR? This morning, when I found it. Before you called? Yes. It's 1 o'clock right now. I tried. I was awake, but I actually got out of the bed at like 12:30ish, whatever. So I came downstairs, and I was like, oh, he's in the suitcase still.
On the docket tonight, one of the most bizarre cases in the history of court TV involving a suitcase, because usually there are body parts of a victim that are severed and found in suitcases that are discarded by the killer. In this case, the suitcase is the alleged murder weapon. Here's the story of Sarah Boone.
911, what is the location of your emergency?
It's Monday, February 24th. There's a crisis at the home of Sarah Boone, prompting her to call 911.
Is this a police or medical? My boyfriend is dead. Okay, send a line for the fire department. Do not hang up.
The fire department takes over the call, and for the next few minutes, officials are obtaining critical details about what happened.
No, tell me exactly what happened there.
My boyfriend and I were playing last night, and I put him in a suitcase and we were playing. And it's like kind of hide and seek kind of thing. So I fell asleep and I woke up and he was dead in the suitcase. So I don't know what happened.
Okay, is he hanging from somewhere or what, ma'am?
No, I pulled him out of the suitcase. I tried giving him CPR.
Fire and rescue instruct Boone on how to give chest compressions.
Just keep on pumping. That's all you need to do for me. Keep on pumping his chest for me. I don't need you to stop and talk or anything. I just want you to count out loud for me, okay?
31, 32. Please hurry.
Okay, ma'am, they're getting there as fast as they can, okay?
He's deaf and he's purple.
EMS arrived within minutes and advised Boone that her boyfriend, Jorge Torres, had been down too long and there was nothing more they could do. Boone explained she and Torres were drinking the night before and thought it would be funny if he got inside of a suitcase for a game of hide and seek. The next day, deputies returned and arrested Boone and charged her with second-degree murder in Torres's death. Boone's story about a childhood game gone awry unraveled when investigators say they found video on her cell phone showing Boone taunting and laughing at Torres while he was struggling to get out of the suitcase.
I can't breathe, babe.
Oh, that's what I feel like when you chewing on me.
Sarah, I can't breathe, Sarah.
Yeah. You should probably shut the
When police questioned Boone the next morning, she seemed to have no memory of that happening.
I fell asleep, so I don't know if they suffocated or if I had an aneurysm or a heart attack or what.
Boone told investigators she only realized her boyfriend was still in the suitcase when she woke up. Still, investigators say her actions add up to murder. Sarah Boone has pleaded not guilty and maintains her innocence.
All right, take a look, folks. Big hearing this Friday in Florida versus.
He told her. He said, I can't breathe. Now she wants to talk about, I don't know if he had a heart. He was purple. Juice, your thoughts?
First, when I came on here, and hello to everybody. Hey, everybody. Hey, love y'all. First, when I came on here, Diva, I had saw like glimpses of this story, but had not really followed because, I was like, oh, okay, I'm not getting in that headspace. But I saw your notification come up. We was talking about Gordon, and I was like, oh, let me get on here.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? As I watched the comments and I'm listening to everybody on panel, and I'm so glad you played that video before you came to me so I can get more of a clarity of the story, because my mind was going in so many different directions. And I was thinking about R. Kelly's ex-wife, Andrea Kelly. I thought about her immediately because I know some people were saying that if a woman feels as though her life is in danger, then why stay in a relationship and you can leave, you can always leave. Well, Andrea Kelly said something in an interview that I thought was very interesting. She said R. Kelly never locked the doors. She always had the ability to leave. And some women stay in those situations for fear of leaving, not because they can't leave. In this particular situation with this video that you just put up here, the suitcase and the video, all of this stuff, that video is going to be what really lands her in prison or in the death chair. Because the victim who is in the suitcase is heard on camera, and you see the suitcase going up and down, and he's telling her he can't breathe. So here's the thing. She had an opportunity to save someone, even if she didn't put him in the suitcase, and she chose not to. So I think that's going to be what is going to really be the factor, what's really going to get her. Why so many people, these lawyers are going through. One, I saw her as she walked to the car, to the police car, and she's like, why are they filming me? And that demeanor, I'm going to give me a little background on me. I worked with a mortgage broker and years ago, and he went through, his degree was, I forget the name of his degree, but he said your body language can tell you more than your words can tell you. And so psychology, I'm sorry, his degree is psychology. He says your body language can tell you a lot more than your words can tell you. And as she walked to the car and she's like, why are they filming me? That to me was like, girl, you know why they did that. Why are you doing that? So her attitude, her personality, all of that may play a part in why she's not going to be able to get along with the police. It almost sounds as though she feels entitled and she is not cooperative. I'm really sorry that this gentleman went through this. And even if anything did happen, let's say, for instance, something did happen, maybe, you know, if he was abusive, whatever, it does not give cause for a person to take somebody's life.
Yeah.
Especially like that, watch them and now try and play us all as the fool in this whole case. So my condolences go out to the guy's, you know, family and all of that. But this kind of foolery has got to stop. These are grown people. This is not a 5-year-old saying get in a suitcase.
Right.
These are grown people. And even if you thought it was a joke and yeah, go ahead, I'm gonna get in here and we're gonna laugh about it and you're gonna zip me all the way up. No, he should have had at least a hand between that zipper and the last part of that zipper so that he say the game goes this far and that's it. But we've got to be a lot smarter in what we do. And if alcohol or drugs are enabling your thought process, then you have to really decide, is the alcohol and the drugs worth it? Because it could be the end of your life. So I'm sorry this happened, but I'm glad you had it on the platform.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. I like your comments. Wayne, before I come to you, let me play a little bit more. Hold on one second here.
Sarah Boone, and what's the subject matter of this hearing? Well, once again, Sarah Boone having some trouble with her representation. She's been through 5 attorneys. Here's what her 6th attorney has said in his motion to withdraw. The defendant will not be satisfied with any attorney unless said attorney does not have a caseload and can dedicate his or her time solely to Ms. Boone's case. Best possible avenue is to have the defendant represent herself, as no attorney can satisfy her. All right, let's bring back in our think tank. Anyone want the case?
No one wants
hard
it.
pass.
So we've all been there. We've all been there with a client that we just don't want to represent, but we have a duty not to badmouth the client, right? Not to taint the court system. I just want out, Judge. Trust me. If you think I have a good reputation, you know why I want out, but I don't have to say it. I mean, spelling it out, that's a little over the top to me, but he's saying what we're all thinking.
And probably the 5 prior lawyers have written stuff that's similar, so he's just adding to the same song.
Well, how much time is a client entitled to?
How much what?
What's time of their attorney?
I agree with her. You
have to zealously represent.
Yeah, it's right, but she wants more time.
No, listen, I'm sorry, because we've all had clients that say we don't give enough time, and we have to just do what's necessary. And that's important for us to define, not the client.
Is that an hour a week, 2 hours a week?
There's nothing wrong with her wanting a lawyer full-time. I mean, everyone wants, the more time a lawyer can spend on your case, the better your chances are of success. So there's nothing wrong with her wanting that. The question is...
Well, she's getting a free one.
Right, that's the question. How much time does she get when we're all paying for it? You get enough time to do a good job.
And really, the judge is concerned about moving the business and closing the case. And I'm kind of surprised that the judge hasn't taken a more stern position. I suspect it's because of what lawyers have written the judge and said, hey, this isn't like a normal person complaining about a lawyer. This is a really extreme set of circumstances. But at some point, a judge is going to try that case, lawyer or not.
And this is not, the defense here, we believe, is going to be some form of like battered woman syndrome, something like that.
Listen, I would be on your side on this one. Good luck.
Yeah, I don't think she's got much luck, but there's going to be a defense presented that she was the victim of some alleged beatings and domestic violence.
And the accident, and she passed out and she was asleep. And who would have thought that someone's going to suffocate inside of a suitcase? I mean, yeah, the video kills it.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. How many different defenses is someone entitled to? Because first you said they were playing hide and seek. Then you see the video. and she's taunting him. Then she says she doesn't remember, and now it's battered women.
Listen, we can have 5,000 defenses.
You got 12 jurors,
Should the
right?
jury know about all the prior ones?
No, we can the prosecution has that burden of proof. Remember, we're just the guy throwing the arrows to see what sticks. So we can do 42
And you
different
just need
ones.
one juror to buy one of the defenses.
Yep.
So you guys have no obligation to the truth.
No, we have an obligation with clients. And by the way, this segment's brought to you by Don't Talk to the Police. Come on.
But she has to call the police. I mean, she didn't call them initially. She called her ex-husband first.
Also, don't videotape yourself doing stupid things.
Yeah.
That's like rule number
Or how
one.
about just unzipping the
And let them
suitcase when
out.
someone's begging for their life?
And show him the door if you don't like
you should
him.
do.
Yeah. It was obviously there were problems. They had a history, these two. It was a toxic.
Whew, I'll stop and come back to it, but ain't they telling the fact there? How about unzipping it and let him live?
Mm-hmm.
How about not videotaping it? How about you called your ex-husband? Wayne, your thoughts?
If anybody got mental illness, it's probably the man that was in the suitcase. Okay. And I think what she did, when he was crying for help or whatever, I think she sat on that suitcase. Because if you look at the end, if I'm correct, it looked like the suitcase was turned over on the side, on the front, where you would put stuff in. Okay, and I don't believe the battered thing, the battered wife syndrome, because he can do all this battered, but he can't get out that suitcase. I done worked at the airport and seen more suitcases with the zipper tore off or partially just from being, transported from the plane to the belt. It had to be a reason why he couldn't kick his way out of that.
I'm thinking, first of all, he had to curl himself up.
Yeah.
In a ball to even get in there. And maybe the way he curled himself up and he couldn't move. And then let's remember, they was drinking, which he was somewhat impaired to begin with. But I don't think that the suitcase had to flip over to that side. That is my thought process, right? Yeah. Because he couldn't have got in with it that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it had to flip on that side. So I think he was moving and trying to fight or whatever. And he told her, I can't breathe. So who knows how quickly he lost too much oxygen to even do anything to get out. He told her, like, knock it off. I can't breathe. I think when she went upstairs, he was already losing steam and was weak. Because they said he was purple. But go ahead, Wayne.
But if this woman get off, which I can't see that.
Mm-hmm.
If she gets off, this is WP in its finest.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A video, everything. But this is what people do. When they want to write the narrative, they figure they can write the narrative because if the person is gone, only they have the story to tell. And this is the way they want to present the story. So let's they dive into this and, do, all the forensics and stuff like that. We were playing a game. People play games with handcuffs and all that other kind of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they may look at, she did say we're playing games, maybe whatever. No, but if she gets off on this is just unbelievable.
Getting off, and she can't keep a lawyer.
And then not only that, like I said, he the one who had mental illness. You can if allegedly, whoop up on somebody or whoop up on a female, but your dumb butt gonna crawl in the suitcase. Okay? Unbelievable.
Yeah. Whew, it's a lot. It's a lot. Let me just share the rest of this really quickly.
Relationship. It was also a relationship where I think they both enjoyed to be under the influence.
I don't see anybody voluntarily getting into a suitcase.
How does he get in? Is that a big issue?
Yes, because that's the thing. I don't see her wrestling an adult male into a suitcase.
What if it's a goof? Like, hey, let's see if I can fit in there.
That's the much better question. Or what if it's something that we're doing for some other reason, or if there's something There's
How
unexplanation.
important is
but she gets
it for the
burned.
jury to understand how the circumstances under which he got in the suitcase?
It's just a piece. It's just
It's
a
the one
piece.
piece. So it was intent. I mean, I know the word intent gets used in 100 different ways, but did she intend for him to die? You know, I understand this transfer intent. She could have, her not letting him out equals intent. But, you know, there's
Well,
intent.
her taunting him, I
there's
mean-
intent with 13 stab wounds to your mother, and then there's intent by playing a joke and saying, he's saying he can't
There's
breathe.
intent calling the husband first and not calling, or ex-husband, excuse me, and not calling 911. There's a lot of smelliness to this case.
Is there any mitigation that she was under the influence? Does that help her at all?
Like I said, good luck. I don't think
Depends on
there's
who's on the
anything here.
jury.
Yeah,
Right? People on the jury.
voluntary intoxication is not traditionally a very good defense.
Not legally, but you have people on the jury that are going to say, you know, I could see maybe being in that position, right? Somebody on that jury has done some stupid stuff.
This one rises up to pretty stupid.
Yeah, and that's where the vagarity is you never know which juror is going to connect with some part of that case and go, man, y'all ain't going to believe this, but there was this one time. Next thing you know, the jury's like, man, makes sense.
All right, we shall see. Friday, back in court.
Ooh. And they are correct, right? All you need is one person to connect. Have any of y'all ever been on a jury? Sometimes you could choke the jurors. You're like, are you serious right now? And you only need one person to hold that situation up.
Yeah.
One person, and you're like, you can't be serious right now. Yeah, it's the craziest thing. But like they said, intent. My problem is her video, but thank God for her video, because maybe his family's going to get justice. Right?
Yeah.
My problem is her video. My problem is him saying, I can't breathe. What more do you need to say to yourself? Like, the joke is over. And you went upstairs and went to sleep. Don't give me that abuse defense, because why would you go upstairs and go to sleep and you scared of somebody? Run. Think she would have even had a better chance if she left the house.
It sounded a little bit diva too, like she said, well, that's what you get for cheating. When she was,
that's what it sounded like, right?
It sounded. I'm not saying she said it. So allegedly, that's what it sounded like. She said that's what you get for cheating or something.
Yeah.
So that would prove intent.
She's messy.
Yeah.
She's
no
messy.
Emotions at all. No emotions at all.
No tears.
No
it was
tears.
No tears. I went upstairs and then I came down and they was like, well, why didn't you call? Why didn't you this? Go ahead, Ray.
Let me say this real quick. It's funny, but it's not funny. But it's on a case like this where a woman unalived her husband, and the police had come, but they never went upstairs. Okay, and one of the neighbors had said when they got on the stand, whatever, when she was on the stand, he heard all this noise all night long, and she was putting down the garbage disposal, and this woman just came right out. They say, well, what did you do with the head? She said, I was trying to boil it, but it wouldn't fit in the pot. I lost it. This is the kind of crazy stuff. She said that she was on the stand, and she just said it nonchalant. She said, yeah, I tried to put the head in the pot, but it wouldn't fit. No joke. No joke.
And my thing is like, Dag, how can you even sleep at night? How can you even chop somebody up and do that? Just like the one woman, there's a case where the woman, I don't think the kids knew, or no, maybe the kids did know. She had the kids help her chop up the body of the husband and then dispose of it. Now you're a special kind of evil, because now your kids got to live with that. Their own father.
Right.
Their own father. She literally had the kids help her get rid of the body. Very sad. We're about to close this out. This was an express train, but I do want to show y'all one little thing, and then we'll get our last little words on this. In her case, I'm telling you 100%, she needs to go to jail, and she needs to go to jail forever because she's full of it.
Definitely.
911, what is the location of your emergency? 4748 France Court.
Is this a police or medical?
My boyfriend is dead.
No tears.
Okay, send the line for the fire department. Do not hang up.
Iris. Just tell me exactly what happened there.
My boyfriend and I were playing last night, and I put him in his case and we were playing, like kind of hide and seek kind of thing. So I fell asleep, and I woke up, and he was dead in the suitcase. So I don't know what happened.
Okay, is he hanging from somewhere or what, ma'am?
No, I pulled him out of the suitcase.
He was in a suitcase?
Yes, and I fell asleep.
Right, is he breathing?
No.
I need you to get him on the floor, flat on his back for me, okay?
I did. I tried giving him CPR.
Yeah,
He's
okay.
purple.
Okay, listen to me. Lay him flat on his... Okay, ma'am, listen to me. I
How
want
did
you to
she
lay him
know
flat on
that?
his back for me on the floor.
I did.
Okay,
He's stiff and purple.
Okay, man, that's fine. We're still going to do compressions on him, okay? Place the heel of your hand on his breastbone, right in the center of the chest.
Yes.
Put your other hand on top of that hand.
If I look at him, you can tell.
Okay. And,
Please. Okay, he just gurgled.
okay, listen to me. Place the heel of your hand right between his breastbones.
Yes.
Put your other hand on top of that hand.
Yes,
We want to pump his chest to me hard and fast, twice per second. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Who for now?
Oh, right there.
This is 42-year-old Sarah Boone, who you just heard on the 911 call a few seconds ago. Her boyfriend was 42-year-old George Torres Jr., who she locked inside a suitcase the night before, ultimately leading to him dying of suffocation. Sarah's explanation is that it was a totally unintentional and unforeseen accident, but what she's completely unaware of at this particular moment is the fact she recorded 2 videos on her phone last night, the first of which was taken at 11:12 p.m. and shows her laughing at George while he's zipped up in the suitcase. But George isn't laughing. He's asking to be let out and repeatedly stating that he can't breathe. The second video was recorded 11 minutes later, showing the same thing, except the suitcase was flipped over and in a different area of the apartment. Sarah is both unmistakably and heavily intoxicated in these videos, which may explain the fact she didn't delete them. It would be safe to assume that she has no idea the videos exist.
I'm sick of her. So they tell you the suitcase was in a different area. He was fighting to get out. He couldn't get out. And I'm sure he couldn't really even move his hands or anything. You're an adult crunched up in a suitcase. So
That's a horrible way to go.
There was no room for him to move or do anything, but he was fighting because the suitcase was flipped over and they said in a different area. It was 2 separate videos. She needs to go. And 48 TCO, I couldn't find anything where there was documented evidence of her calling the police saying that she ever got beat up, or I didn't find any of that anywhere. Yeah, I couldn't find any of it. And I was looking and looking and digging and looking and couldn't find any evidence of that at all. She needs to get locked up. I'm done with her. I got no sympathy for her. And this is sad that this man left the world this way. So he was in there at the very least 11 minutes fighting for air and fighting for his life. I mean, how much oxygen and some of those suitcases, they airtight. And you take the zipper all the way to the end.
She admitted it though. She admitted to it, and it's good they got that audio. She says, "I put him in the suitcase."
She sure did.
So that's an admission.
That's an admission. She sure did. She sure did. And like she said, she tossing all kind of lies. But like the lawyer said too, all you need is one juror to connect with the foolery, and that could throw your whole thing off. We're closing out. Aces, any last thoughts?
I was thinking when they were giving her the instructions for CPR, I was wondering, did she even try? Like, did you guys remember the operator walked her through giving twice per second?
I think she claimed. Now, remember, she claimed she already tried to do it. And then when she went to do it again, she said he started to gurgle or whatever.
Exactly. Right. That's if I was her, if I was the prosecutor, that would be something I would be putting in evidence because he was still alive, and she was given instructions on how to, perform.
I don't think he was still alive.
Dry your eyes on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think he was still alive. Your body has some last minute like things that happens to it.
Okay.
Just naturally, like some people, your body will naturally release any like feces or whatever you have in it,
Right.
but that's not proof that you were alive. Yeah, I think he was gone. She said he was purple.
Dry Your Eyes song on YouTube.
Wait, you're not muted. Yeah, she said, he was purple. His body was already stiff. I think he was gone.
Okay.
Somewhere when she already walked up them stairs or when she fell asleep. I think by the time she got him out that suitcase in the morning, it was already a wrap. That's my
Yeah.
and then plus she didn't even do anything. She called the ex-husband first.
Oh, she called him first.
Called him first. Once she found him and he wasn't alive and she took him out the suitcase, she called the ex-husband before she called 911.
Wow.
And did the ex-husband call the police?
Well, I think he called, but she called too because they was trying to tell her how to do CPR.
Yeah.
Yeah, they was trying to tell her how to do CPR.
Yeah, she sealed her fate. That's it. That's all I got.
She did. Julius, your final thoughts? Are you there, Julius? Okay.
I'm here.
Yeah, your final thoughts?
She a hot mess.
Mm-hmm.
She like that comment just said she knew what she was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's women that actually go through DV. There's men that actually go through DV.
That's true.
She knew what she was doing because it's just like even hearing the 911 calls and all of that.
No tears.
No tears. No, like listen, I would have been playing it I would have been crying. I would have been like, my boy. Like make it, you have to make it like your heart is breaking, like nothing.
Yeah, it's just sad. Thank you, Julius. In my opinion, your final thoughts?
I ain't got no this thing. I ain't got no sympathy for neither one of them. I ain't got no sympathy for her, and I ain't got no sympathy for Gordon. I think both of them is trash. I think this whole situation is trash because how you play hide and seek and you hiding them. I mean, you already know where to seek them at, so that don't make no sense. All of it is trash. I need her to go into the trash can, the nearest one. Okay, take her to the dumpster.
Yeah. Well, listen, she playing games because she ain't keeping not a lawyer.
Well, it ain't gonna matter, Diva. Let me tell you something. As crazy as people are, she's gonna get 12 juries of her peers, okay? And let me tell you, it ain't gonna be enough jurors that's gonna side with her.
I don't think she's gonna get this off. I don't. Yeah, I do not. Yeah. Savannah, your final thoughts?
I, like you, Diva, try to research to see if there were any DB reports filed in the past between her and the man. I wasn't able to find anything either. The news reporter that first broke the story, they weren't able to find anything as well. So there doesn't seem to be any
reported
reported incidents between them. So this happened in Orlando, Wyndham Park. It's predominantly senior and heavily Hispanic as well. So I don't see her getting off. She's going to keep faking mental illness and being difficult with the courts. There are already 6 lawyers in. I wouldn't be surprised if this she extends it more.
Raheem, not today. I ain't messing with you today. but facts, be careful who you get with and don't play hide and seek in a suitcase. Dustin, your thoughts? Your final thoughts, if any? All right, I'm gonna squeeze on by. Wayne, your final thoughts?
Mine is for the 71-year-old guy. Buddy, just pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Take care of your kids. Move on. You know, you got more years behind you than you do in front of you. Okay, regardless whether, people think you're getting calm or whatever, just pull yourself up. And the woman at the end, a life for life. When I say life, I mean life in jail.
I got you.
Prison. I ain't saying take a life, just say that life for life. Because, either it's either mental illness, or pure evil.
That part.
And if she's pure evil and that's mental illness, same thing, you know. That's evil. That's evil.
Yeah. No, it is evil. And especially if you playing the game, once this man said I can't breathe, all jokes aside, the game's over. The game's over. Okay, hold on. Let me unzip this. Let me give you some air. Let me give you some space. Juice, your final thoughts?
Well, this lady, to me, the lawyers are really making her case worse for her. Because when you have so many lawyers that recuse himself from it, that's saying a lot about the individual. Judges are watching all of that.
Yeah.
And when that finally gets in front of the judge that's going to be handling this case, I mean, I know judges are like, well, we can't really, but listen, in the back of their head, they probably are going to see in court why these people did not want to deal with her. And I just hear entitlement, and she's a bit much, especially when the people that were on the panel on the article you just brought up were like, well, you know, this or that. But I think by her saying the attorney's not giving her the time that she wants and she need to just be there by herself, that sounds to me give the signs of somebody that just wants to call you every hour of the night, every day, call your office, harassing your team and all kind of stuff. That's what it sounds like to me. Not saying that's what she was, but too difficult. Gordon, I'm gonna be talking about Gordon on my channel, but Gordon. That check expired, didn't it, Gordon? That check expired. Time limit on it, Gordon.
Insufficient funds.
Child, it ran out. It's dry. But don't worry, Gordon, you come back. But here's the thing with Gordon and Mia. Gordon knew what he was getting. Mia knew what she was doing. And Gordon, you know, he's hurt now. But here's the thing. These men do that all the time. They get these women. They know what you're getting. I told my husband this today on that, and then I'll pass it back over to you, Diva. I said, too many of these men want to get the girl that can climb the pole, but don't want the big girl that can carry the pole.
Oh, my gosh. You better tell it.
We're going to talk about it.
You better tell it. Oh, they said, okay, Juice, come on now. You better tell it. You better
start going with that girl, that big girl that can carry that pole instead of the one that can climb it. Now, come on now.
Come on now.
He left out one for this one, you know.
He sure did. He sure did, in my opinion. And now you got what you got. You got to deal with it. Okay? Like they said, you made your bed. Now sleep in it.
Yeah. Now she like flag pole.
This was all you. Yeah.
She on to the next one.
Yeah. Well, listen, guys, I want to thank y'all for being here for this express train. I truly appreciate y'all. Listen, craziness. Where's the love? She ain't had no love for that boyfriend. No love. And I've known some people who's been in true DV situations, and you want to know what's crazy but true? They don't never want nothing to happen to that person, even though that person is doing some horrible things to them.
They don't. They'll protect them to the end. They won't even press charges against them.
My friend is like that.
We have seen some that have come back when they got locked up and said, oh no, like for instance, the one that NFL player threw her up against all kind of walls. Now she's in court saying to the courts, he's the good father, he changed. He picked you up like a rag doll, threw you into a TV, and now she's saying this man is a good father, he deserves better, he redeemed himself. So you rarely have the ones that really truly want to see them in a situation like that. They probably would have never put them in a suitcase, and they definitely would have unzipped them. But listen, guys, we appreciate y'all for being here. I want to thank you so much for coming through. I also want to make an announcement that at the very least once a month, Juice and I will be collaborating to do some shows together. So look forward to that. We'll make the announcements early so y'all can be ready and be prepared. Okay. All right. If you don't know, go over to Juice Radio and Talk Show. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. The same. We got other content creators on this panel tonight. Aces Styles. She's
Thank you.
You're welcome. Coming in the game. And just like you see her name on the screen, just like you see Juice's name on the screen, that's how you can find their channel and go subscribe. And then we have, in my opinion, your channel for some is hard to find. because another, in my opinion, comes up. But you have numbers after your name. What is the numbers again? Is it 7484 or 7487?
I think so.
Not you think so. I'm gonna beat you. No, I'm gonna beat you. Now, don't make me go get it.
Look, I'm just like you, Diva. I'm new to it. This the only thing I just want to bring.
I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna beat you. Come on now. Yes, y'all. Come on now. Listen, hit the like and subscribe at these different channels. Okay. Support everybody. We're all in this together. I always tell this story. If you go in the supermarket down the bread aisle, there are about 50 different brands of bread, and they all exist in the supermarket every day, all day, every year, year after year. You can go down the bread aisle and get many different, brands of bread, and they all survive in the supermarket year round. And we can all survive on this YouTube platform year round. Support everybody. Listen, guys. Thank you for being here. I'll see you next time. Bye. There you go. 7487. Okay. There you go, in my opinion. And Juice and Aces, feel free to throw your channels in the chat. And I'll see you next time. Have a good one, y'all. Bye.
Have a good night.
Bye.